to put the money aside and pay off our debt, so we weren't dependent on any money that we had to pay using the landfill funds. So she's putting certain monies away, and when they close, we should have $12 million in a fund, and that should last a while. And in the meantime, we have to be fiscally responsible, and we have to try not to outspend what we bring in. And it would be great to get new businesses here. I'd be there cutting the ribbon with them people. You know, how to do that, let us know, you know. So we don't want taxes going up either. And so I appreciate your question. And like I said, at our budget meeting last night, Kathy did say about the $12 million fund that will be reached at the end of the 4 years. And, you know, let's hope that we can come up with another idea or something. And, you know, so I don't know if that helps your question or not.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I missed your name.
Danny Pearson.
Nice to meet you. I feel like I might be repeating probably some of what you've heard from the other two candidates, but I think you're right. It's easy to kind of talk in vague terms, right? Because you don't know what opportunities might come up in the next 4 years, and we don't know what challenges might come up. We're debt-free now, and that's awesome. But if you own a household, you know that like your windows are going to go, your car is going to go. So like we have to kind of just be fiscally responsible, because I'm sure we will have debt again. So that might be Kathy in finance when she comes to present the budget to council, making recommendations as to maybe certain cuts. No one likes to hear that, but that could be an option. Getting more businesses in the township, that could be an option. We don't necessarily know just how, but I think talking to people, this is one first step. But if we just keep saying Lower Saucon would like businesses, kind of just promoting ourselves, whether we do email blasts from the website, I don't know what those options could be, but thinking creatively, I'm for it. I don't want mine to go up either. I want to live here for 50 years.
At one time, every penny of that $2 million went towards something at the township, whether it was paying off debt, buying fire apparatus, buying anything. Every penny was used. Now, as others have said, 1.3 out of that $2 million is going to the bank. Paying off the debt was a big one. Ultimately, this past year, there was a 0.5 mil fire tax in place. It was raised to 1 mil in order to fund the fire apparatus replacements for our 2 volunteer fire companies. I was very surprised sitting up on council that not one person came to a council meeting in voice of opposition of that tax increase. While I sat up there on council, knowing it was needed, I also knew that it's a tax increase. Sometimes tax increases happen. Fortunately, at this point, there is no tax increase for next year, and hopefully not in the foreseeable future either. You know, we had our budget meeting last night, as was also stated, and in the back of that budget listed 12 closest municipalities to us with their tax rates. We weren't the highest, but we weren't the lowest either. We were right in the middle. Is that good? Maybe. Is it bad? Maybe. Right now, we're solid. The fire tax is in place to help fund the apparatus. That's a huge expense right there. There's $430,000 a year that was coming out of that landfill money, and then some. Now that is handled. That's taken care of. And there'll be other things that go into effect in the next 4 years. They're going to be tough decisions for the council that comes in, no doubt. But I feel that that council working together with the staff at the township, who do a wonderful job, that we should be able to hold the line on taxes and not raise them.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
We probably have time for maybe one more quick question, if anybody has one. Just state your name, please.
Yes, Bill Brune. I wanted to ask you guys about your campaigns, and one of the things that strikes me about Lower Saucon is the incredible economic diversity of the campaign, or the township, and how it looks like, almost like when you look at it on a map, it looks like these broken pieces that are surrounding Hellertown in the middle. But what I wanted to ask you is, in your campaigns, what have you guys done to sort of reach ordinary, citizens? What are you finding out from ordinary citizens in all their diversity and complexity in Lower Saucon?
I'd be happy to answer that, Bill. One of my kind of favorite approaches is more just boots on the ground. So if I haven't reached your house yet, I'm going to probably be there. But my husband and I have just been out canvassing, and that to me is more impactful because of the opportunity to meet people that I wouldn't normally meet face to face and just meet them. Lower Saucon is spread out. You are correct. We don't have a gathering town center. That's kind of served, Hellertown is kind of our surrogate town center, if you will. The post office there, it's very walkable. It's cute, but Lower Saucon is more spread out. And so for me, campaign-wise, I've been focused on just walking and talking.
Bill, that's a good question. I campaigned in the primary and was successful in the primary, and it gave me the opportunity to go out, and I literally went to every street in the township, and I knocked on doors, and I offered pamphlets to people with some information about me. And I think that's really the only way you can have an understanding of your constituents is by interacting with them on a regular basis. And it was interesting. I had never done this before, and I thought that people's reaction would be to slam their door in my face. Oh no, somebody else running for a political office, I don't want them on my property. But it was just the opposite. I mean, people were open and engaging, friendly. They were willing to talk about issues, to get my perspective on things. And there was a lot of agreement as to what the concerns are that they have and what my concerns are. So that was reassuring, and it sort of invigorated me to continue on. And I'm doing the same thing now for the general election. I'm going around, taking time off from work, knocking on doors, meeting people, trying to be as visible as possible. I have a Facebook page that provides some information as well, and I'll be out of the polling places on election day along with other family members to provide some information and perspective on me. So you bring up a good point. I regret that there aren't more people here today, because I think you can get a really good perspective of what the candidates are and what they stand for. And I think all of us, I mean, even though we have some disagreements on different issues, all of us are looking for the betterment of the township. We may have different ideas as to how to do it, but I think deep down, sincerely, that's why we're doing this. I think all of us have better things to do with our time. And I shouldn't say better things, other things to do with our time. But I don't think there's much better that we can do than to give that time to the community. Thank you.
Go ahead, George.
The township is very economically diverse. There is no doubt in that. There are areas in our township that are struggling financially with homes that need repair and in disrepair, and also businesses in disrepair. And yet there's also articles such as on Lehigh Valley Live, where 2 of the 5 most expensive homes in Lehigh Valley are in Lower Saucon Township. So we are very diverse. Knocking on doors is a great way to get in touch with people and to get to know people. I also have a Facebook page that reaches out and spreads different things that are going on in the township, and I welcome anyone to reach me through that Facebook page. There are definitely difficulties in having enough time in the day to get everything done. Being on council now, it's incredible the amount of meetings and other involvements that I'm in, not only with council, but with the Boy Scouts, with the fire company. It seems like every night there's something going on every week. It's pretty amazing. And that's not even including the stuff with my kids. Sometimes my wife gets upset because we never get to go anywhere. We might be going over to Lost Tavern after this to have a beer, so you're welcome to come over and talk. But yeah, definitely knocking on doors is a great way. Seeing people at council meetings and talking to people at council meetings and other meetings is great. And I'm open to talk to anybody. I'm a tell it like it is kind of guy, and that's just how I am. So I've been involved in the community for 20-some years, and I plan to stay involved with the community, both with the fire company, with the township, with the Boy Scouts, and with my kids, with the stuff they do at school. So that's who I am. I'm here for the township and its residents. So.
And like I said, this is my 9th election, so over all of these years, I've had a lot of interaction with many people, and I'm on many boards, and I try to keep a handle on what's going on in the community. And like I said, people know I'm accessible, and that they know how to get in touch with me. I also have a Facebook page, and people do that. And yes, we do have a lot of different economic areas, and it's hard. It's hard for grants because of that hurts us. But like I said, I try to be around, and people know me, and they know how to get in touch with me, and that's who I am.
Okay.
Josh, can I just give one public service announcement? And that is, there's a census coming up. And the census is important because there's a census coming up, and the census is important because the government counts every head. And every head that's in a community determines how much funding we get from federal grants and other sources of revenue that way. So cooperate please with the census, and tell your neighbors and friends too as well, and to make sure that you get your information in, because it really has a financial impact on what we do.
Yes, and that also was discussed at a partnership meeting at our last meeting, and it's going to be on the township website to how to do that. And just for everybody's information, I brought up the website, this was years ago, and it was voted down. I had to bring up the vote twice to get us to have a website. Just a little bit of history.
And I would echo what Jason said about the census. There's actually going to be a committee for Hellertown. I'm not sure if it includes Lower Saucon, hopefully, but I'm going to be part of it and working to get the word out through Saucon Source about the census as a public service. So I want to thank all the candidates for participating tonight, and I want to thank everybody in the audience who came out. Much appreciated. As I said, we will have coverage of this event on Saucon Source, and I will provide contact details for the candidates in the story if you have further questions or follow-up questions. And lastly, I just want to kind of do a plug for the Saucon Source 5th anniversary open house, which is this Sunday, October 27th from 2 to 4 p.m. at Ella's Ristorante.
Free food, I'll be there.
They also have Mexican food every Wednesday now, so we're going to have some of that, and it's free. So come on out, everybody's invited. Thank you, and have a great night.